Hi, I've gone over examples on ageism in the workplace, but this video is about ageism in social settings or in day-to-day life. So I've broken it up into a number of categories, and you tell me what you've experienced and I'll tell you what I've experienced. Firstly is shopping, and this happens to me quite a bit. So if I go and buy something and I go to pay, I actually get talked down or patronised in a manner that I actually don't know how to use my own ATM card. So I'm basically treated like a 90-year-old who only knows what cash is. Number one is going to restaurants. They tend to put older people in the less desirable seating areas, like up the back or near the kitchen or near the toilets or somewhere like that. So I'm not sure if the staff just don't want people from the outside to see that you're there, or maybe they're just thinking that older people won't complain as much, so I'm not sure. So moving along to healthcare, a lot of healthcare people tend to blow you off if you have some legitimate concern, basically just putting it down to it's just part of the aging process, so don't worry about it. So I'm a fairly healthy person, but I know other people who get that quite a bit. And then there's when you want explanations from doctors or pharmacists, they tend to not go into any detail whatsoever, thinking that you actually can't understand what they're talking about, like it's beyond you. So again, it's talking to you in a patronising manner. So another one is family occasions. Sometimes people don't involve you in all the activities because they think that you're not going to enjoy it or you're just too old to enjoy it. Another one that strikes true for my wife and myself is exercise. So it comes up quite often in casual conversations. So we both used to run up to just a few years ago when I got the dog, and then I cut down on that. But I had no end of people telling me that I shouldn't be running because I'm just too old and I'm going to hurt my knees and I'm going to damage this, and I should do something more age appropriate like play bowls or darts or something like that, which I found quite insulting. So that's another example that I can think of. So moving along to media. I mean, if you look at a commercial, how often do you see an older person in that commercial? Almost never. It's all young people. Even when they're advertising something like a cruise, which is predominantly full of old single people, even though they advertise the cruise as being full of young party goers. And another one is when they're advertising things like skin cream, they usually show a 25-year-old using skin cream when it's clearly not targeted at that age bracket, because people that age don't have wrinkles. It's more or less aged towards older people, but I'm not sure whether they just don't want to show that their product doesn't work or they just want to put an attractive person on the screen. And in movies and TV shows, in particular sitcoms, usually older people get portrayed as like the stupid comedy relief or the dummy who actually can't understand anything. And to some extent, younger men get targeted into this area as well. So you're ending up being the comedy end of the stick for making other people laugh, I guess. So another one is when it comes to technology, especially things that are new and maybe older people have a bit of a harder time understanding it. Staff in technology related fields tend to be quite impatient with those sort of people and not extremely helpful. And another one that affects me quite a bit is technology doesn't account for older people whatsoever. So perfect example is an iPhone. So the text on iPhone is minute. I mean, if you haven't got perfect 20/20 vision, it's hard to read. So whenever I get a phone, I have to set the text to the maximum size, and even then it's still a little small in certain lighting conditions. So I would wish they actually did something so it was actually easy to read for everyone, not just a small target age group with perfect eyesight. So those are my examples of ageism in social settings and day-to-day life. So let me know which of these have affected you, or if you have any ones that I've left out.